This is Professor Sam Richards. He is a bit of a rock star progressive on Penn State University, and yet something seems to have happened to the good professor in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. The day after he was gunned down at a university, this Penn State professor stood before his packed classroom of several hundred students with a dire warning, and why we might be closer to civil war than anyone wants to admit.
What happens next? Okay, now what? Where are we going? And it led me here. Violence or the threat of violence against civilians to achieve some political goal. So 9/11 is terrorism. What happened yesterday, the killing of Charlie Kirk, is terrorism. So, what's going to happen next? Where are we going to go? I have my own thoughts. I'm of a different generation. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, let's just say he asked for it.
Do you have?
I do. I think another fear is maybe someone taking it upon themselves to handle his unfinished business, because I'm sure a lot of people that supported Charlie Kirk feel like, oh, he's gone too soon, he wasn't done, like the things he was pushing, he was making change. Other people may feel the need to echo him or carry on the rhetoric he was pushing, and I don't think that's beneficial at all.
Absolutely astonishing. Now, you see, this is what is technically called radical perspectivalism, which is just a fancy schmancy way of referring to a collective point of view that assumes that that perspective represents the whole of reality, particularly moral reality. So radical perspectivalism is a moral absolutism that cannot entertain any other possible moral perspective other than its own. So radical perspectivalism conflates one's point of view, particularly one's moral perspective, with a totalizing picture of reality. And so if anyone diverges from that point of view, they're not just diverging from facticity, they're by definition evil, since what constitutes as good is exhausted in the liberal perspective.